asking an artist who has made a whole album celebrating queerness and ballroom culture to have queer artists on the stage opening isn't radical. Let's talk about it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
Woo! Let me tell y'all, I was not expecting that tweet to take off. And it really was eye-opening. It was a reminder of how disgusting stan culture is and how people respond to any type of legitimate critique on celebrities. Like, they get all defensive and defending literal billionaires. We really have got to have a conversation about it because some of y'all are really sick. So for those who are not chronically online, recently, the Renaissance World Tour made its stop in LA. So DJ Khaled was posting on social media that, you know, he had something to do with the Renaissance World Tour in LA. And it had a lot of us like, girl, does Beyonce know, like, what's going on? But I didn't see DJ Khaled not posting that without Beyonce's approval and her team. I didn't see him posting that without the approval. And come to find out, DJ Khaled was the DJ opening for Beyonce. Now, Beyonce has not had anybody open for her throughout this whole tour. It's just not happened. It's been like a joke, like Beyonce is opening for herself. A lot of us respected it. Some folks were like, Now, Beyonce has had some DJs, you know, play some music till she comes out or whatever, just like a lot of tours. Now, DJ Khaled was the first one to be on the stage. And on this stage, you have this TV testing, I think it's SMTE. And we all know what it looks like for those who are my age or older. You get these color blocks and this black line. It's just testing. So Beyonce has that. That's been the iconic, you know, thing from her tour. And everybody has taken a picture next to it. It's beautiful. I love it. Now, Beyonce has added some colors in it, and people can see that it is a resemblance of the pride flag. Even in the song, she names the colors that are in the pride flag, and not the regular one, but the one that includes trans folks and black folks, period. I thought it was creative. Now, when I saw the videos of the artists that were coming out performing, I was a little bit, I'm confused because we are in LA. We have DJ Khaled, a heterosexual non-black man, on the stage bringing out heterosexual male artists who have never, male rappers, let's get that understood, male rappers who have never made a space for queer folks to feel comfortable dressing up like they were for Beyonce's Renaissance Tour. Like, none of these male rappers, heterosexual male rappers, have done that. You can't name me one male rapper that has done that. So to have them come out, not just come out, but also some male rappers, unfortunately, like Offset, who was a part of the group Migos, who did not want to be around drag queens doing a Saturday Night Live performance with Katy Perry. Like, these are artists who have engaged in homophobia, transphobia over the years with no type of pushback. So now they are in a space where you got all these queer people, you know, ballroom people, all these folks just celebrating this album, this tour. And this is the first time that you have someone on the stage open for you, and it's male rappers. It just wasn't a look. It just wasn't a look. Now, I went to Beyonce's concert in Atlanta. I went to Atlanta night 2, and I really enjoyed myself. Got there early before she even hit the stage. Heard some of the music and stuff. There was no like iconic DJ doing any, spinning no records or anything, but it was just seeing so many queer people just living their lives. Like, I have never seen so many folks feel comfortable dressing up, so many like mass presenting folks wearing heels. You saw like femme presenting folks dressing like how they, like, I've never seen anything like that. And I know this is kind of a once in a lifetime situation, because oftentimes we have to go to places like ballroom to do that. Ballroom was created because of that, because people could not be there. Queer folks, specifically black queer folks, could not be their authentic selves in spaces like that. They were not. Like, you just were not. Like, oftentimes we've seen like black queer folks be murdered in situations for just being queer, just being femme. And it's disgusting. So to see these male rappers who have oftentimes worked with homophobic rappers, transphobic rappers, and have engaged in homophobia. I mean, even Offset has in his song, you know, vibe with queers. I mean, come on now. To have him on there, Roddy Rich, some other, it just didn't make any sense. Specifically being in LA, where there's a bunch of queer artists in LA, artists who are queer who have moved to LA in the chance of being found or, you know, become bigger. And this was, to me, the perfect opportunity to have some queer artists on the stage. Now, I saw the videos of the folks and I just, you know, tweeted and said, a pride flag with no queer artists on the stage doesn't make any sense to me. And the girls went wild. Like, they were upset. How dare you? You're mad that you're not there. You need to be worried about other things. Da da da. It was just, a lot of criticism didn't even make any sense. I woke up to that. I did not expect this to get that much attention. I really did not. Because a lot of people that I follow were saying the same thing. Like, girl, where are the queer artists? Like, y'all got these boring heterosexual artists who don't put on nowhere near a show like Beyoncé on the stage opening. Like, the disrespect that it gave was enough. But people were upset. And they moved in any type of way to defend Beyoncé from any type of critique. Now, in my original tweet, I never said that it was Beyonce's fault. I just said it doesn't make any sense. But they already know who's responsible, because we know, as we have prided and celebrated Beyoncé several times, she is very detailed in the things that she is doing. Nothing moves without her approval or someone she trusts to approve of it. So yes, Beyoncé had to approve of DJ Khaled, a non-black man, getting on there inviting homophobic rappers on the stage. She approved of that. It's not fair to give Beyoncé all of the praise when everything goes good, because it's not just Beyoncé that makes that happen. Even she would tell you on the tour, you know, several times that her amazing production, her crew helps put this together, but Beyoncé is the one that gets it. Now, that's how business works, period. If you make a mistake or anything, it falls on the business. You have to absolve fault. You just have to, because that's your face. That's why you have to make sure everything is on point. I can't afford for you to affect my brand. So queer people, as we should, were confused of why we don't have any queer artists on the stage. And I am confused. I thought it was a legitimate, not even a critique, just a tweet. This is not a dragging of Beyoncé. This is not a dragging of that. This is a conversation about how we respond to criticism on our faves, and how people like Beyoncé, who have used ballroom culture and queer culture to make profit, need to show up and support artists and people who look like us. Period. That's all we're asking for, at the very minimum. Even some people from ballroom have said there are no femme queens on this tour. Femme queens created ballroom. There are no femme queens on this tour at all. Now, y'all were chewing Lil Nas X up last year around this time when he was up there trying to do dips and all types of stuff. Y'all were chewing him up and all that stuff and saying, oh, da da da, even though he has a black queer person from ballroom doing the choreography and all that other stuff, y'all were chewing him up. Now, Beyoncé is doing the same thing, and she's making profit. She's making way more money than Lil Nas X is. Way more money. Now, we're asking, at the very least, hey girl, like, where are the queer artists on the stage? Why you got these male rappers? And people are upset. People are upset, and I am trying my best to understand, why is that something to be upset about when there are queer folks being used? Now, some people's response, because y'all just don't understand the difference between platforming folks and paying folks to do a job. So people were saying, well, she's had all these queer artists on the stage, and they were talking about DJs. Now, I'm not gonna get into DJs being artists and all the other stuff, but y'all know what we mean when we say artists. Like we mean somebody who is on the mic, rapping, singing, all of that. That's what we meant. Not to discredit the DJs who were on there, because I know some of y'all were trying to take words and mix them and say I said something else. I'm not saying that those DJs who are queer are scraps. What I'm saying is it is scraps to be sending and sharing that these folks were on the stage when they were not on the main stage. They were in front of the stage. They were not on here introducing other folks. They were not doing that. DJ Khaled was the only person who got a chance to do that. He is a non-black man and he is not queer. So what's going on? And he's bringing black male rappers on the stage. So a lot of us is confused, like, where are the queer folks? Where are them? And it's no shade, but Beyonce kind of has a history of this. Her and her team have been notorious for this in the past. I remember when there was conversations about Big Freedia. Where is Big Freedia at? Big Freedia has worked with Beyonce twice. We've not seen Big Freedia on the stage. We've not seen Big Freedia being celebrated. We've not seen any of that. We've not seen that. Yes, we can say, oh, Big Freedia wasn't in the music video because it was women only and all the other stuff. I'll let y'all have that because I have some thoughts about that. But Beyonce could do a better job of showing us love. That's it. I'm not begging for it because at the end of the day, I know this is capitalism. I know this is a cash grab. I know that. I did touch grass. When folks are saying, oh, you mad because you wasn't there, girl, I was literally 50, 60 feet away from her when she was on the piano singing. I literally was smelling her perfume. Are you serious? And I spent money to see her because that was me touching grass. That was me enjoying and, not turning into a think piece, but enjoying the moment. But it's just a reminder that even when we try to enjoy the moment, we are reminded that we do not have moments. I can't have moments. As much as we want to escape, we can't. I'm watching tweets of male rappers be on this stage, videos of these male rappers be on stage, and I'm not seeing any of my queer folks who deserve to be seen and celebrated on this stage. And that's just not happening. Y'all are naming DJs who were not on the main stage who were queer. They were not on the main stage. They did not have the mic and did not have the same type of power that DJ Khaled had. DJ Khaled had a lot of power in bringing these folks out. And y'all do not want Beyonce to assume any type of responsibility or any type of accountability. Beyonce is not perfect. Even she would say on the song Flaws and All, like she knows she's not perfect. But for some reason, everybody else seems to think she is. Beyonce is able to make mistakes. What makes it better is recognizing that it is a mistake and improving on it. On the second night, we did get Doechii, who is a very talented artist. Very, very talented. But we had other artists that came on there who were not queer. To me, love Doechii had this moment. Love that. Love that. And I don't know if she was at the last minute or if she knew. But I would not be surprised because if I was working on Beyonce's PR team or whatever, I would say, hey girl, we need to fix this. We need to have some folks who can shut these folks up. Period. I would have automatically did that. I said, you want queer this, you're going to get it. But even then, we didn't get that much. We still did not get that much. The only type of queerness we got was, Doechii, as talented as she is, on night 2. But we were still heavily seeing heterosexual male rappers. Like, that's what we were seeing. Now, we did see Kaytranada on the 3rd night. But as much as I love Kaytranada doesn't even like black men or black queer folks. He's not dating no black queer folks, allegedly. But Kaytranada, love him down. Music is amazing. But we needed to see queer artists. Queer artists needed to be celebrated in this moment. But again, Beyonce has a history, her team, because I'm not just putting it completely on her, but she could do a better job of not showcasing us these queer artists that you have used. Big Freedia, we've not seen her. Not seen Big Freedia. We've not seen them get the stuff. We've not seen these other folks who have contributed to this album centered like that. Yes, you own the ropes saying, hey, shout out to such and such, shout out to such and such. Yes, love that. Put these folks on the stage. Put these people on the stage. What is so hard about that? What is so hard about these folks are begging for opportunities and they're just not getting them. So to the people who are saying, oh, well, she had the ballroom girls up there, that's her, you know, that's platforming queerness and queer artists. No, that's not the same thing. These folks are hired to dance because they're good at their jobs and they are in ballroom. Beyoncé cannot do this without ballroom folks. You have to have them. Even to the criticism of Honey Balenciaga, who recently was using the N-word and response to being called out about it was a fool. Is still on this stage dipping and flipping and all that other stuff, like no apology, no nothing. No nothing. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting, you know, oh, we got a couple of queer folks here, we got a couple of queer folks here, when Beyoncé is making millions of dollars off of this work. The same as Madonna did. We keep allowing these artists to take from queer culture and ballroom culture and turn a profit. And then we leave with nothing. When they're done taking everything, there's nothing. Look what happened to Legendary. They snatched that off HBO Max, whatever it is this week. Didn't say anything, didn't say, hey y'all, we working on something. Didn't give these people no type of notice. After the first season, having a non-ballroom person front center stage and have folks who are in ballroom, who have helped create ballroom, sit on the sideline. And let me say this, I'm not interested in folks who are giving claps and stuff for them giving y'all scraps. Like, y'all are so interested in being famous and being seen that y'all are willing to sell y'all souls or sell any bit of anything to be seen for this first couple of minutes. I'm not interested in that. To the people who were saying, oh, he was featured on Be Good, Beyoncé should have never featured him. I already know that me being critical of artists and celebrities is going to close some doors for me. But at the end of the day, I'm not interested in being in any of these doors. Because I know oftentimes when awards and stuff and congrats and claps and stuff and applause come, sometimes it comes with silence. And I'm not interested in being silent. You all are, some of you all are, I see it because y'all are very happy to retweet and say, well, look what she did for us. I'm not interested in that. And when you are seeing black queer folks being critical of something that somebody is doing, shut up and let them speak. That's not your job to sit here and defend somebody to make yourself feel good. Some of y'all got the game messed up. And some of y'all really want to be famous. And that y'all can't reckon with. Some folks are not interested in it. They are really being authentic. I'm not saying it to be in the next door. I'm saying it because there's truth to it. And it needs to be seen. But say what you want to say. I am thankful for Be Good for recognizing the work I do around HIV and AIDS. I'm thankful for that. But the work continues. The work continues. And this is a part of it. Having a conversation about how artists can do a better job. Because y'all are taking a lot from us and we're still dying in poverty. There are ballroom folks who are still dying poor. While y'all are sitting here making millions off of it. Come on now.